Welcome back to the channel. Another beautiful day in Southwest Florida. Today I want to talk a little bit more about banks. As you saw, originally I had my 2-to-1 bank set up. I want to talk a little bit about this. Okay, I have my 2-to-1 bank. Again, if I'm making it in this pocket, 2 diamonds, opposite pocket, half. So we have 2, so half of 2 is 1. So 2-to-1 bank. Next will be 3, 1 1/2. 3 away from my target pocket, opposite side, half of that. So half of 3 would be 1 1/2. We'll get into that next video. I first wanted to talk a little bit about banks. Now, I'm showing you this line for references, okay? Seen a lot of videos on pool, specifically banks. Some recent ones come out, and you know, they're absolutely correct. The only way you're going to get good at this is to shoot them. Shoot, 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 and see them. I'm actually, by lining this up for you, I'm giving you a visual that the advanced player sees in their minds. Okay, they don't need to actually lay a stick down and mirror it and things like that. We don't need to do that, okay? An advanced player knows exactly where that ball is going. Now, that's of course if we're using just center ball, maybe a half a tip above center, okay? Now, what happens if, for instance, this is my 2-to-1 line, this is my 2-to-1 line, and I have a ball sitting here. Does that mean, because that's my line, my 5 is going to hit the 9, does that mean I cannot make that bank? No. Your top players are going to use English to make this bank. Okay, so what I want you to do today, so yes, you are getting homework. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to experiment. I want you to set up a dead-on bank, okay, 2-to-1. I want you to set that up. And I want you to play with English. What happens if I put left-hand English on the ball right now? So, if I put left-hand English on that cue ball, what English does that put on my object ball? That puts right-hand English. So if I have right-hand English on this ball, where does it go? It goes long, correct? So, if I were to have this bank and I had a ball maybe sitting on the rail where I needed to hit, can I make that ball? Absolutely. Okay? If I would use left-hand English, put some right-hand spin on it, it would hit that rail and go in. Okay, so that's what we're looking for. Now, what happens if I put, set up my 2-to-1. What happens if I put right-hand spin on that ball? That puts what? Left hand on my object ball. So what happens? That ball comes up short. Okay? So for instance, if I had this bank right here, and I put right hand spin on it, it's going to put left hand on here. Okay, it gives me a better opportunity to make that ball. But what I want you to do today is I want you to experiment. I don't want to go high, I don't want to go low, I don't want to do anything. And the reason we're doing this is not only are we doing this if our line that we see, we have another ball in the path, but also for positioning. Okay, if we're playing 9-ball, and I have this ball right here, and I have this bank, okay, can I get that cue ball down to here? Okay, so that's why I want us to play with English. Okay, what happens if I use left-hand English? We're putting right on it. So if this was my line that I see, so we're here, where do I have to hit to adjust for the English? Now again, Rails are going to be different, speed of the table is going to be different. Where you make contact on the ball, your aiming system is going to be different. That's what I want us to experiment with today. Okay? So, as you saw at the beginning, I used just a line to give you a reference point. That's the object of this. Okay? If we just use center, ball, no English whatsoever, that's a great thing. And of course, what I make, 5, 6 in a row, whatever it is, you should be able to make 10, 20, 30 in a row like that. Okay? Maybe miss one, okay? Just because your stroke might have been off, you know, you give it a little bit of left, a little bit of right, something like that. You could miss 1 or 2, okay? But overall, you should hit 95% of those, okay? Now it's going to become a little more difficult. We're going to throw a little left-hand spin at it, a little right-hand spin at it. And I want you to see, okay? I want you to see what that spin does to that object ball. Again, if we use left, if I use left English, and I'm talking about a half a tip, okay? Obviously, if I use a full tip, we're going to get a lot of throw, okay? So if I use left, we're putting right a half a tip, okay? If I use a full tip, I'm going to be full tip, okay? Maybe not that extreme. Now, if I use left English, or excuse me, right-hand English, that's going to put left on it, half a tip. Now it's going to become shorter, okay? So again, experiment with it, know your rails, know your tables, and practice, practice, practice. Just work on 2 to 1. Simplest bank there is. You can do it from here too. 2 to 1 in the corners. 2 to 1 in the corners. Switch sides. Okay, you can do what you have to do. Use all the pockets. I want you to practice. Use inside. Don't get frustrated when you miss a little bit. Okay, it's all an adjustment. Okay, it's seeing the line, executing the shot, getting better and better. Again, we have people out there saying the only way that you can get better at banks is just to shoot them and see them. I can't disagree with that. I cannot disagree with that. That's perfectly correct. All I'm doing is I'm kind of giving you that line that the more advanced players see, like right now. I don't need to do this and then mirror it. I know that that's my spot if I'm not using any English. Now, if I have a ball in the way of that spot, okay, I know that I can still make that. I can play the ball here with a little English and throw it off that rail using, if I use left, putting right on that ball and making it here. Okay, so that's what I want you to experiment with. You can probably hear my big guy out there. He sees a little something, but that's my big guy, my Great Dane Willie. And he's about 15 months now, so you might be able to hear him. So apologize for that. But other than that, please subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up. Hit that bell notification. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.